My name's Harkin-Goodbourn. I work for the Lego Group. I'm the operations manager for eCommerce, so looking after everything that's purchased online, essentially. I've been with the Lego Group for just about a year. Prior to that, I was with Farfetch working on operations and projects. I have a degree in environmental science, so I think my focus has always been on sustainability and environmental impact, particularly as it pertains to operations, fulfillment, supply chain, and how we can kind of champion more conscious exercises through those areas. It's definitely challenging. Luckily, we've got some pillars that we kind of try and tie every project back to. So we look at the impact on people, we look at the impact on the planet and the product, and having those in mind when we're coming up with initiatives does really help, because that sort of underpins what everyone in the Lego Group is thinking about. So for example, if we say we want to change the box size, we want to reduce it by 4 or 5% in order to reduce shipped air, reduce the cost of distribution, reduce obviously the environmental impact of shipping products that contain a lot of air. We would say this will tie back to our planet promise, and that means that it really kind of is aligned with what we want to do at the Lego Group. And then kind of the commercial conversation comes second. So yes, we're saving money, yes, we're saving costs on distribution, but this is really aligning with our planet promise, and that helps us kind of drive that conversation. It's definitely tricky, and I think particularly with the Lego Group, where you can't get away from the fact that it is a plastic product. Customers as well are a lot more in 2023 aware of greenwashing. There's been a lot of bad press around that, so they're much more conscious of what's being communicated with them. And as a result, we sometimes err on the side of too much caution and don't necessarily communicate some of the really good initiatives that we are working on. So I think it's just striking that balance of being able to provide meaningful information about what they're receiving and how our products are changing as we start to evolve, and what that means for them and for the environment in a way that's clear and concise. It has to be possible. Sustainability is no longer an option. It's something that customers are demanding, and as a result, we should be demanding of ourselves. There is a huge team that work on the circular business model aspect of the Lego Group, and they're doing fantastic work, a lot of which doesn't touch my role, I'll be perfectly honest. But there are some exciting initiatives that we're looking at in terms of that circularity question. And I think Lego has always been sort of a secret champion of circularity. You always get that bucket of Lego that you got from that cousin when you were a child, and it does tend to be passed down generationally. So before circularity was even really a thing, Lego was doing it. It's been challenging, but I think it's been challenging just because of the nature and the size of the business, more so that there has been any pushback in terms of driving those sustainable initiatives. Luckily, where we're a family-owned business and where we have always kind of made decisions based on what's best for our customers, and right now that means what's best for the planet, it has been quite easy to drive some of those initiatives as long as we're putting kind of the right intelligence in the right places. I don't know is the short answer. I know that we have some exciting things happening in the pipeline. Last year we changed our plastic pre-packs for base plates to paper pre-packs. We're looking to remove all of that single-use plastic from our packaging and from our supply chain in order to make all of the other aspects as sustainable as we possibly can, while we sort of look towards the future and what that means for a plastic product. This is a tricky one, because I think particularly in our role, and as we look at a lot of my colleagues that are here today speaking about fulfillment and supply chain, we're moving more into an area where we have to do a lot of storytelling. So we're having to really develop our ability to sell into the commercial side of the business, to the IT teams that are going to need to implement solutions, to the finance teams who may not necessarily be as close to fulfillment and what that means. And I think that being able to really start to drive some of those commercial narratives and to understand a little bit more about the downstream and upstream impacts of operational projects has really helped to kind of sell in. But it's definitely a new skill for people that work in fulfillment, so it's a challenge.